The philosophy I chose was experientialism. What is experientialism? Experientialism is a way of learning or teaching using a direct method, sort of like a physical experience. For an example, if a child would like to learn how to draw or learn how to ride a bicycle, you would have to give practical examples where they would actually have to involve themselves physically in order for them to take part and learn something. And in doing so, there's more, should I say, of course, there's experience, but there's way more retention and yeah. As for the key aspects or principles, teaching can be controlled except for the learning. So the teaching obviously comes in a lesson plan. The teacher already knows what is planned and how they're going forth with whatever, but the teacher will never really truly know how much the child is learning at that moment. That is why they would have to have a sort of assessment or test that would follow, creating a non-threatening, comfortable learning environment. When it comes to anything other than experientialism, and learners kind of feel under pressure, and when they're under pressure, they all of a sudden cannot cope and they tend to forget things very easily. Testing of skills learned with experientialism, when you start, you always test the skills that they've learned in the previous topics or the time before they began the one that they're using at the moment. Here we are looking at how it is applied. Teachers engage students, test their prior knowledge of something in a more practical way. So if they were taught how to do something, they, instead of looking for a theory, asking them, obviously they will be able to answer all these questions, but they would like to see if they can physically bring forth some sort of a memory or what they have learned, so that the teachers can tell where they stand and what their basis is, what they can work off of. These are usually applied in the form of trips to museums and historical sites. So if they were doing uh, maybe a history assignment about um, the cradle of the humankind, they would first do the theory in the textbook, learning about different uh, skulls and where they were found, and then they would have an actual field trip where they would go to the cradle of the humankind and see these statues, and within that experience they gain a deeper understanding and much more. Why I chose this philosophy? I chose this specific philosophy because of experiencing something give you an in-depth understanding. It has much better chance of retention, because my personal philosophy of education is people can take many things from you, but they cannot take your memories, your experiences, and your education. What you have learned, they cannot take that from you. This form of philosophy, experientialism, is more student focused or based, because it all comes down to the student, and the teacher is the only there to, should I say, oversee and make sure things are running smoothly. So less work on the teacher side, more work on the student side in form of experience. Another example of the lesson, task, or project that takes place in the CAPS curriculum is in natural science, the topic about soil types. Learners would actually have to go outside, physically collect soil samples, feel it in their fingers to be able to tell the different soil types. And this is the basis of experientialism because it takes a physical activity, and once you experience it, it has a sort of effect on you that you carry with you for a very long time, and your retention is higher than that of any other philosophy. I thank you.